too far gone is what you don't see. I'm afraid that you don't know me. All my thoughts are toxic like poison, and I wear a mask to hide that I'm broken. And here in my head are lingering voices that leave no word left unspoken.
When the moon is bright, so many colors be your insight. Looking to the light, so many colors be your insight. When the moon is bright, so many colors be your insight. Looking to the light, so many colors be your insight. When the moon is bright, so many colors be your insight.
Yo, what's going on, man? Welcome to the stream. Yeah, nice little late night game dev work. We're just blocking out some level design stuff right now. Oh, I have no idea where those just went. Oh well. This is a game that is going to be called Aftermath: Fall of the Republic. Here's some concept art. It's going to be post-apocalyptic, kind of Cold War, Soviet era. There will be zombies. You'll fight players. In this map, you start at a southern pier. You can extract through the maintenance tunnel. It's gotta have a banger name, man. Got the warehouses here already blocked out. And then there's gonna be like a little power plant right here. And then this is going to be an entrance to an underground lab over there. This is going to be part of the power plant. This will be an office building. And this is a radio tower. And that's pretty much all we're going to be doing. There will be a nice open bay here, some mountains. Yeah, PvP, VE. This is just like a demo slice map, so probably won't be in the actual game, but we'll use this to develop game mechanics and showcase them. The game will be an extract shooter, kind of like Tabor or Exfil Zone, just with the zombie kind of feeling and more open world with multiple maps. There may also be base building involved.
Can you lean closer? Whisper to me. Lie to me for a while.
Yeah,
Tell
yeah,
me
it's
all
like,
the things
think
I
of
need
Rust,
to hear.
Left 4 Dead, Daisy, and Tarkov mixed together. Yeah, I've got a lot of game models already created, a lot of character models, a lot of prop models. So now I'm gonna start working on the maps. Get some good maps in here and then start working on game mechanics. Once game mechanics are in, I'll start working on VR support and it'll all just grow from there. I didn't realize how small those were.
Tell me all the things I need to hear.
Yeah, pretty much just doing it solo. Yeah. This is like very early stages, not very exciting, you know, but it'll turn into some good things. This is the monotonous and boring part of game design. Yeah, I mean it starts off like this, it starts off simple, and as you go, it becomes more and more complex, and more interesting. What the- Why does this keep duplicating? Alright, there we go. And we get to experience fun things like bugs, and it's just a good time all around. Alright, there's our power plant POI. This one's gonna be a little fatter. Might turn this into like a, I don't know, maybe like a theater room, like, I don't know, office building, power, warehouses, barracks? No. Yeah, this can be the barracks. This is gonna be the barracks. Living quarters, labs, radio tower, maintenance tunnels, pier. Yeah, as the stream continues, it's just gonna get more and more detailed. That's the fun part. So the road is gonna go in between here and then kind of like go to the barracks. Alright, that office building needs to be tall. Oh, you could totally do it, man. It just takes practice. It just takes a little bit of passion, you know? A little bit of dedication. but the more you do it, the better you get at it, and then you can make some really cool stuff. And then when you make that stuff, it's there forever, you know? Concrete and established in the world. Yeah, man, just like any other skill, you know? Alright, we need to expand our map a little bit. It's starting to get a little crowded. There we go. Might even have to extend it out a little bit more for the maintenance tunnels. That should be good. Now it's always a good idea after you do things like this to actually run around and check the scale. We might take a break from this after we get the general block out and do a little 3D modeling. I'll show you how that light fixture we were making turned out the other day. Turned out pretty nice. So this, what I'm working on right now, this is called Unreal Engine. And Unreal Engine is what actually creates the game. So everything that happens in the game is done through this engine. The 3D models that are in this game you have to create in a different program and then add them in. If what's simple. Unreal Engine 5. Yeah, Unreal Engine 5 is pretty user-friendly, I'd say. But, you know, there's a learning curve with it, just like anything else. Okay, we'll put that right there. Starting to get a nice layout for a map here. Okay, now for the radio tower, let's create cone. It's crazy. Perspective is everything. Yeah, right? Just to go from this white blockiness to something with detail. Get some landscape, you know, get some lighting going. Get some enemies at some point. Get it going in VR. We're gonna make this a massive radio tower so that you can see it from anywhere on the map. And to complete that, let's just massive. Massive might. It's gotta be huge. Absolutely huge, fam. There we go. Okay, now I actually don't like how that looks as a cone. I'm going to just make a copy of this and make it a little skinnier. This map is so big, it takes forever to get over here. In VR, this is going to be a large map. Actually, I'd say medium size. Because shapes make brain feel good. Very satisfying. And music. Okay, now I feel like that's gonna be like some sort of little outpost checkpoint, and this is gonna be like cut off. There's gonna be mountains all around here. I'll do the landscape later, but there'll be like a checkpoint with a gate that you have to get a key from the labs to get out of the radio tower. If you rat your way all the way down to the maintenance tunnels, I'll make some like tunnels underneath the map from the warehouses, so you can like run from the lab with all the loot, get to the warehouse, go underground, and go through here, this will all be a, like, underground tunnel system right here, and you'll just be able to get out right there. Or you can go around to the pier and go down here, enter the tunnel and just get out. Gotta make some options, you know? Even though I'm never gonna actually use this map in the game, just an idea of what the gameplay will be like. Okay, so in that case we can put this like here. I'm so far away it's hard to select all these things. But you have to, when you design levels, you have to like look back at it from far away. Yeah, practice test map, make videos on it, you know, to show people what it's all about. Yeah, I've got some weapon ideas. So it's gonna start off with like scrap weapons. On the first map, you're gonna basically start off in Boston, or in this world's version of Boston, and it's gonna be a frozen wasteland. Um, you're gonna have to have cold weather gear to survive when you're out in the world. You're gonna have to, of course, eat and everything. Um, this needs to be way smaller. Yeah, so it'll be like scrap AK, scrap SMG, basic stuff. Yeah, I'm not gonna reveal too much about the game yet as far as like the map and everything. There is gonna be an entire map of America, and there's gonna be different cities that you travel to. Each city will be like an open world map in VR, and you basically will make your way across America to the promised land. Place where no infected are living and people can actually live normal lives. Yeah, definitely gonna be very lore-rich world. Lots of cinematics, but it's also gonna be a player-driven world at the same time. Lots of player interaction, but the traders will all have story missions that progress you through the actual game itself. You have to complete the story missions to level yourself up, get better gear from their trader shops, and eventually leave the current map that you're on. Every time you leave a map, you get access to better gear, and it will progress in that way. You can go back to the lower grade maps, but I'm gonna have to implement like a skill-based matchmaking, so you don't end up in worlds where there's just newbies and you have everything, you know? If you finish the game, you'll have access to all of the maps and you can play them at any time. So you can just go into the open world. You can do daily, weekly, monthly missions that will give you different rewards, and you can build your base. There will be base raiding in the open world. So if you get bored of story progression, you just raid other players. Story progression will never go away. So even if you get raided and you lose everything, you can still buy stuff from the trader. It's going to be basically like researching things in Rust, right? When you research stuff, if you get your base wiped, you can build again. So that will be the point of doing the story missions. Oh. Well, what happened with that? Hold on. I need to check my dashboard. That should be better. I'll just turn off CloudBot actually. Alright, can you type messages now? There we go. That's better. Sorry, my CloudBot was acting up. Was thinking you were spamming for some reason. Probably because you're the only person who's talking in chat. Okay, so there's our checkpoint. We got power plant, barracks, warehouses, office building, checkpoint, radio tower. Let's check the scale. Oh, and I need to make those touch the ground. See, this is why we run around. Yeah, I'd say this is actually almost comparable to the size of like Dam in Exfil Zone, or the size of Makam East in Tabor. Yeah, exactly. So you could go to different maps and bring them back to your base in Boston. Drop them off there. There would be a loading screen involved. You'll basically have like a bunker. So you know in Exfil Zone, there's a bunker where you have all your loot stored, right? Think of that as like your safe container. There will only be a certain amount of room in your hideout, but you can expand how much loot you can store by building bases. You'll be able to build a base on every map. You'll also be able to accept trader missions from your base, so if you don't really want to go to your hideout, you don't have to. Your hideout will just be a place where you know you can never lose your loot. Exactly. So just like Rust, how you can be completely wiped, lose everything, your player bases will be in the world persistently. If anyone loads in on your server, they'll be able to see your base. So this is also going to be a dedicated server-based game. There's going to be, I think, I'll start off with maybe like 12 servers when I launch the game. And just see how that goes. The barracks is looking pretty nice. I feel like that's going to be an epic looking building once I get it fully designed. There's going to be lots of juicy military loot in there. Maybe I will use this map, who knows. Maybe I'll use it as like a special mission or something. Then that massive office building. I think I need to actually make that office building smaller. Because it overshadows the radio tower, you know? I think maximum 100 players per server. Alright, last thing I need to check is the scaling of that checkpoint all the way over there. Yeah, any Rust-like game, any kind of Rust clone, should be at least 100 players. cool thing about this game concept is there's going to be multiple game loops that serve everybody. Hold on, I gotta delete this guy. Why am I not in mod mode? I am blanking on how to do this right now. Don't worry, man. It doesn't really cost money for me to do this. This is really just gonna be a time-driven thing. I'm looking at having a playable early access with one map, so starting with Boston. Probably by the end of or mid next year. Yeah, I'll just have to familiarize myself with VR and stuff. Okay. Yeah, any ideas, you're welcome to shout them out, get them in my brain. Okay, let's think of a nice silhouette for the labs. Okay, so there's checkpoint and then I think another military-esque building right here. And 2 watchtowers. So we'll go actually, I want to do this. Yeah, any non-scrap weapons that will be in Boston will be either trader rewards or found in the world in rare keycard rooms or rare loot rooms. The only thing that you'll be able to buy from the traders at first are going to be the scrap weapons, which are going to be the weakest weapons in the game. Okay, I like this. I like the 2 watchtowers, the checkpoint, office building. Now, for the labs, I want the labs to be more central. Let's do kind of like this, and rotate them that way. Okay, we need to turn snapping off so I can get what I want. There we go. And then we're gonna make the labs longer, shorter. Put them like right here. This is gonna make this area almost like urban warfare kind of thing. You got the office building, and then you'll be able to like make your way into labs multiple ways. There's going to be a lot of corridors in labs, and then it goes into the underground tunnels. The underground tunnels will not connect to the ones over here though. They'll be like in this area. You might have like an entrance to the tunnels like somewhere over here. Maybe the power plant will have an entrance to the tunnels that go over here. Okay, now this guy. Yeah, I'm definitely planning on having some good old Mo's in action. I also want to have a muzzle loader, so like the scrap weapon for the like stuff you can buy, gonna be a literal muzzle loader. So if you find the bolt action, like the Mosin or whatever, it's gonna be a huge upgrade because you won't have to muzzle load it, which is gonna be annoying as hell in VR. Okay, so you can see our concept art. We have like these like smokestacks. So we're gonna put some smokestacks. We're gonna put it on this side. so smokestacks there. A bayonet for the musket, yeah. I think a bayonet for the musket is pretty balanced. Okay. Now we're gonna make a little water tower right here. Be a good camping spot for players, you know? Now we just need to get that lined up. Yeah, I think for melee, I mean, if it's zombies, you gotta have melee. Let's be honest, right? For melee, there's gonna be katana, which will be a higher tier weapon that you can find or get from a trader later on. There will be craftable weapons like baseball bat with barbed wire, chainsaw, things like that. I think this water tower needs to go over here. In Echo Reach, oh, I just name dropped Boston. Boston is going to be called Echo Reach. There's not going to be any animals in Echo Reach. You're going to have to loot for rations or grow food in your base. Alright, so there's labs. Labs looks pretty sick. Alright, so we got labs, watchtowers, now we need the pier. We need to make some more buildings over here. Actually, let's just medical building. Yeah, there's gonna have to be a medical building. We're gonna reuse that building, that checkpoint. Let's make it a little like a small clinic. that, and then I'll have another watchtower over there. Well, maybe no watchtower. We'll just have like a little garage. Or maybe we can just not have anything there. We can add a little bit. I've played a little bit. I got a Tatra kit and then I stopped. There we go. Alright, it's time for a music switch up. Minty 5 and Spectre 5. You're rich, man. Okay, hospital's done. Yeah, this is good. You know you can play Ocarina of Time in VR. Alright, we need to have something to say what the ocean is. So we're gonna create a queue. Yeah, there's a mod for it. Maybe I'll do a playthrough of it. Okay, let's do a few mountains. You cried the first time you finished the game. That was an intense game, bro. Had a engaging story for what it was. It was one of the golden games of the 90s. Okay, there's the start of the ocean. Nintendo indeed is a huge influential game company. They've done a lot of good work. Okay, there's our bay. Now, maintenance tunnels. We need to put some mountains on that side too, so maybe a little smaller mountains. And we need to create a little pathway there. Ooh, I like how that looks. It's very ominous. Spiky spikes. I think we're gonna make some walls, some complex walls. So let's just use this. Okay, we'll have this. This is funky. Alright, the road will go through there. Oh yeah, that's my son. Damn, you can hear him from here? Okay, we don't need to make the wall that long. Maybe we can like... There we go. Your nephew's been with you? He's a hassle, huh? How old's your nephew? Two years old. That's one hell of an age. Yeah, you are Unk, man. Unk status. Bum bum bum. Bum bum ba ba. Da da. Da da da. Da 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 da. Did you ever play Shining Kingdom? This is not it. Do I remember the name right? Sega Shining Force. Is that what it's called? Yeah. Yes, Shining Force. There we go. This is music to my ears right here. Okay, we gotta have a road going. This is gonna be like a gravel pathway. Nah, fuck it. I'm getting rid of that. We'll have the road going through here and then an exit going this way. Or we'll just leave, I don't know, maybe like a parking lot. Yeah, parking lot here. Dude, this game music is old, I tell you. It's like old. This is like, I don't know, man. This is some old stuff. This is like before Nintendo 64. Let's see what else they got. Because this is the second one. Oh my god. This is definitely a remix. This is like the battle music. Uh-oh. Please don't crash on me, Unreal Engine. Oh, it's just my mouse. Okay. That's fine. My mouse can crash on me. Alright, we'll turn the mouse off. I got another mouse ready to go. Alright, we might have to go to YouTube to find the actual OST. Let's see. Shining Force OST. Isn't it amazing how this started off as just like a flat cube, and now we have buildings, now we have a story forming, now we have something happening. Wait, why is this shorter than that one? Huh? What? When did this happen? Nah, I don't feel like fixing that. Five minutes ago you were thinking the flat world. This is absolute banger. Yeah, you can just see like this is what I love about game design. You get to design literal worlds, tell stories, like get people interested in what happened in the world you created. Like this is a place now. There's mountains, there's buildings. I actually I have working zombies. Um, there's this really shitty game that I made. All right, we're just gonna save that, and then we'll save it again. Okay, we're gonna stop this. All right, I'll show you this really shitty game that I made. I haven't even created like guns, like proper guns. It's just like a Minecraft gun that clips into your face. But, you know, it works. Got the Humvee. Where's that one coming from? Got this like little park area. Some bodies. Medical tent and stuff. It's just dark. I made it a little too dark, to be honest, but had to be scary. I had to make these lights stand out, you know? 8-year-old you would be terrified. Yeah, look at the way these guys run, dude. Oh god. They're just like and then the goal of this was to find this guy's body, get a key card, and then make your way over here. And then you would open this and make your way out. Now, let me show you the better version of this game. That was the Unreal Engine version of the game. Uh, let's go to this one. So you can see it's the same world. It's not nighttime though. It's pretty cool, you know? It's not perfect, but it's a nice little game. Nice little simple game. It's the same concept. There's even a secret area over here. I didn't intend for this game to go all the way over there. Like this was just like a quick demo that I made. You go through here. You can see there's like some glitching and stuff, but like I made this in like a couple weeks. They are not. Throw a grenade. Nice. Okay, then we go in here. I wonder what's back here. Let's check what's on him. Wow, he had a security clearance. Okay, and we're gonna go over here. We can sprint. We're gonna get to the other side of the city now. And that's it. You can replay it. You go to home. Okay, I need to actually just exit out of that. But yeah, that's the game. There was also, let's see, what else did I have? This, right? No, not that one. I have another game that I made. So you see, this was the first version of this. This is actually pretty hard, man. Fuck. I almost made it. Dying every time. Yeah, I went through a phase where I was like, I wanted to make all my games really hard. And I don't exactly know why. I think I personally enjoy games being difficult. Oh shit. Okay, we gotta get out of here. So all of this has led to what we're doing now. Alright, I'm pretty happy with this little compound right here. Um, Now we need to do the labs. Oh yeah, there's gonna be great music in the game. So since I'm lazy, we're just gonna try to, oh god, that's, uh, okay, never mind. Okay, so we're gonna have like that, and then there'll be a little broken wall right there. There's what in my background? Oh, um, hold on, let me check my screen. There, how's that? Is that better? Whatever that was like, the volume was so low on that, I can't believe you actually heard it. But I was watching a stream. This is gonna be like a little tight quarter right here. Oh yeah, dude, I totally forgot about music. Thanks for reminding me because I just got into workflow mode and was going at it, you know? But now I can listen to some music. There's that. I think we actually push this up to like there, and then like that. Um, Mainly slashing and like blunt weapons for the most part. Zombies? Oh yeah. Yeah, you know like in The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners? That's definitely gonna be a thing. Sneak. You will be able to sneak. This is looking pretty good. I'm liking it. I think it's gonna be maybe like a crossbow, but other than that, all weapons. Maybe a compound bow. I think compound bow, crossbow, but no like. I mean, I guess I could think about maybe a hunting bow, basic hunting bow, but that'll probably be the compound. Alright, that's a nice little setup with the wall there. Good compound. I forgot the whole reason I went over there was to copy this building. Gonna have to move those a little bit, but there we go. Maintenance tunnels. Okay, now the pier. And this needs to actually this. There we go. Okay, now a little building for the docks. Yeah, maybe the compound can come in a little later. But compound before crossbow, for sure. Yeah, but then you also have like your automatic weapons. And the bow will take forever to reload. It's just like, have you ever played Strayed? Like, yeah, the bow is really good for certain situations, but for others, like if someone has a really good weapon, you're screwed. Straight's a pretty good game. Alright, there's our docks. Now, where's the player start? How's that for some progress, man? That scaling is bad. Scaling isn't like super important right now. Alright, I need to make my water a different color. Let's start a content. Okay. There's our water. Okay, and put some rock on our mountains. And then there we go. That's better. So we got our labs. Our towers. See our radio tower in the distance. That's better. Good silhouette. And then the tunnels back there are kind of hidden because you spawn with this dock right in your face. So most people are going to want to go this way. And then back there is like, oh, that's just mountains. Like, why would I want to go over there? And then you start heading that way and you're like, oh, interesting. I'd say that's good progress for the day. What do you think? How long have we been streaming? 2 hours and 30 minutes almost. Okay, save all. And we'll take that down. And then now we're on our chat box. Ready for bed, huh? Thanks for watching, man. I appreciate it. Well, that chat box is too small. Good night, brother. Yeah, I'll see you the next stream, man. Thanks for popping in, and have a good night.